He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. We'd built our world together.
Oh, are you really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, because even though you've got
With a love so
Northern
clear
Yeah,
and
I'm
strong.
originally from Northwest, and then
you
moved
really?
down to Nottingham, and so I lost my accent on the way.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up with a bit of a mishmash of everything and nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
it still comes out in
Sure.
certain words.
No.
If I
can
say like
definitely
glass
hear it.
or bath or something like that.
Absolutely, as opposed to glass or bath. Yeah.
Exactly. That
Mm.
sounds weird to me. But people around here say that sort of thing all the time.
Mm.
Okay. Right. Anyway, so as this is all things prison, how did you get into the show? When were you first introduced to it?
Oh my goodness, Craig, what a question. Well, I think you were mentioning this actually. It was through I was at Polytechnic, as it then was, university, actually in the Midlands. And I remember coming back from the pub with a fellow student on my course, and we'd had a few bevies, and I think it was just like, oh, we need to watch some TV now. Switched on the news. I think it was the Central region, and it was about 20 to 11. And guess what popped up on the screen? It was Prisoner. It was the first time, and it was just like, what on earth is this? And I remember the episodes that we tuned in and watched. It was when Colleen Powell, Vera Vinegar Tits had just left, and Colleen Powell had sort of come to the forefront as the nasty prison officer. And
Yeah.
there was a prisoner called Alison Page, who was
Oh
like one of
God.
those. Do you remember? Yeah. She was
I'd say one of my least favorite characters ever, I think.
Yeah, she's so bad. You hate her for who she is. I mean, I've written
She
about
hasn't
her on the
she
prison
hasn't done
forum.
anything wrong. It's just that you hate her because she's so whiny.
Oh, precisely. I mean, she's like it. Her acting is hilarious. The way that when she gets into Wentworth, she's sort of cowering away from the women because she thinks they're going to attack her, and she's just one of those middle class. Oh my God, you awful kind of working class, uneducated women types. So the plot line was where she really wanted to get out of Wentworth, and she freaked out, and Mrs. Powell catches her in a cell when she's meant to be working and sort of says, "What the hell are you doing?" And Alison shoves Mrs. Powell against a locker, and then
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, Greg, and then yeah, so we were riveted. And it's like, oh, what are you going to do, you bitch, Powell? The guy that I was with on the course, we were like, we've got to tune in tomorrow night to find out what happened. And B, I think, was really rooting for her and trying to help. Was that when B had gone into hospital because of the kidney stuff? Maybe, but anyway,
It's
yeah,
that era, isn't it?
yeah. We loved the cheesiness. We sort of loved the cheapness, but it was kind of riveting at the same time. But we were sort of rooting a bit for the characters. And after that, it wasn't long after that I met my first partner, my then boyfriend. He was a huge fan, and he lived in a place near Manchester. And when we went back to stay at his, Prisoner was at a different point, and so we just got hooked on it and ended up watching it a lot. Really, yeah.
That's
So,
essentially
yeah.
what happened to me. I was in Granada region, but I was also picking up Central, so I could. And if you were watching one week and another the following week in a different region, there's like a 2 year difference in the episodes you were watching. So
yeah, absolutely.
It did make it a good way of just jumping about, but it also showed to me that the episodes kind of worked as individual episodes. Okay, you're going to misunderstand some storylines and that kind of thing just by jumping about, but also you can kind of just dive in wherever you want and still find it as entertaining. So
Definitely.
I quite like that about it.
Yeah, for sure.
So when what year would that have been? So if it was Central to maybe like 1991, something like that.
That's a good guess. This is where I feel so bloody old. I'm telling you, it was about 1989, Greg.
Okay.
I remember, yeah, 1989. Yeah, and then because what happened, you were mentioning this, that's when I got into it. And I think that's when they were doing all those runs on the different channels. I then did actually go and live, I sort of stuck around in the Midlands, and they were showing it 3 nights a week, I think. And
Yeah.
by that point, it got onto like the Rita Connors sort of plot lines. It was much sort of, sorry, I've got a bit of a light problem in the room there.
That's right.
I remember thinking that I didn't like it as much at that point, and the production values were not as good, and it was just getting a bit tired and boring. When I used to go back to, because when my partner lived near Manchester, you mentioned Granada, it was where the Freak had arrived. There was the fire at Wentworth. There was Steve Faulkner getting derobed by the women, which we very much liked. Okay, it was all of that stuff, and it was just better written and more riveting, better for production value. So, nevertheless, I still watched it when
Yeah, I always think Rita meant a kind of an upturn. I think it was going down a bit, and then I think that the Nora era was
I agree.
The worst time. I think she was such a shit top dog, and
absolutely, yeah.
All of
they
the
nicknamed her
Barnhurst
Nora the Borer, didn't they?
Yeah, all the it didn't. None of them really worked, and you've got them all coming in at no notice, and you've got these 5, 6 new characters, and they're all kind of crap. And,
yeah, they were absolutely, yeah.
And then so they probably thought this is going to be the end, and then they kind of accidentally hit on Rita as a great opponent for Joan, and it kind of kick-started it again for me. That
I agree. Yeah, I agree. And although I don't know about you, Greg, I still didn't totally warm to the characters, but then you did have the better plot lines with when like Rita went to Blackmore with Ernest Craven and all of that stuff. That was really quite brutal and nasty, and it did,
It was absolutely batshit that era, because it was almost like they went, well, we're just going to do anything now. We're kind of in the I always get the feeling that when I always call him Alf, I can't stop calling him Alf. But when Alf Stewart came back in as Ernest Craven, I think they must have known around that point that they were going to have to start winding it up soon, because they were just throwing everything into those scenes to make them as.
Plus recycling the actors, because what you just said, I mean, he was Jim Fletcher's. He was what's his face, wasn't he? Jim Fletcher's sort of.
He was also Sonia's husband's. Something or other. I can't quite remember.
That's
right.
One
of the drug lords or something, or one of his rivals.
That's right. Yeah. A pimp. Same kind of characters.
They're all pretty much identical.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he didn't have range, but maybe they brought him in purely because they knew precisely the characters he could play, and he's good at all of them. It's just the characters are all essentially the same.
Yeah,
or one's got sunglasses on. That's all. That's the main difference. Well, weirdly, you did mention the photo behind me as an audio podcast. Loads of people mention this, and I never have put up what the photo is, but the photo is pretty much from the era the episode has randomly selected tonight. It's episode 291.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking it probably is around this period when you can see Colleen there, and Jones already arrived, and B's still there. So I'm thinking, there's Steve as well at the back. So I think we're not far off. We might see them take this photo in the episode.
I think you're right. Yeah, and B's had the haircut, hasn't she? Because again, me showing my geek knowledge, for the first couple of episodes when the Freak, she had long hair, and then suddenly it was all cut off. Yeah, and it was around.
I've never worked out where series 2 ended and series 3 started. The only one I can work out is when B's hair is suddenly different. You go, there's a new series. That one was definitely a new series.
The actors have all been on holiday, haven't they? And they've had a few months off, and it's grown.
Yeah. But it's only generally you don't notice. It's just when Bees comes back like that, and they suddenly have to put it into the script.
What's going on? Yeah.
Right. So being a Prisoner fan, you'll already remember what happened in episode 290. But I always put these recaps in there because I won't remember, and I'm guessing other people won't either. So let me just play in a little audio recap by something that I call the Megbot, which just reads recaps of prisoner episodes. So let me just play the recap for episode 290.
Thank you.
Previously, on Prisoner Cell Block H, Joan foils the attempt to snatch Hannah from court by grabbing Hannah and making the gunman release Meg. Steve visits Chrissy in solitary, and she offers him a deal. She will tell the truth if he arranges a visit from Elizabeth. He refuses. Meg thanks Joan for her quick thinking, but admits that there was a moment when she thought she might really break Hannah's neck. The women
Meg
hear
and
about
Joan
the
getting
attempt
on.
to free Hannah on the radio. Doreen hides her money in her tissue box and finds the money already there has been stolen. Bea realizes Hannah could not have been the thief, as she was in court at the time. Joan tells Hannah she's been asked to keep a special eye on her. Colleen interrupts to bring Chrissy to share with Hannah, which seems to throw Joan off her stride. Obviously she realizes it will be more difficult to get to Hannah if she is not on her own. Steve wants to know why Joan lied to cover up for him, and points out that Bea has access to the press and can write anything she likes. Joan tells him not to worry about that. Bea makes Chrissy admit that Steve didn't rape her, but finds out that the alibi Joan provided was also a lie. Chrissy claims that she did have sex with Steve as her part of a deal to get a visit from Chrissy, but he tricked her and gone back on his word. Joan interrupts Chrissy's story to point out that anyone would think she'd be fair game anyway. Bea decides to write her next article on sex in prison. Judy suggests to Hannah that her stay in prison would be more bearable if she tried to make friends
newspaper
with some
writer.
of the other women. Mrs. Beamish gives Susie a present, as she'd been made aware that it was her birthday when Meg brought a present from Lizzie. She is offended when she sees that Susie prefers the homemade pincushion from Lizzie to the gold neck chain she bought herself. Susie goes to visit Lizzie but is refused permission to see her by Joan. Erica sees her instead and tells her she is likely to be released from her status as a ward of the state soon. Hannah asks Colleen for permission to work and see her solicitor. Meg sees Erica about a proposal for a halfway house and a craft shop, and suggests Judy to run it. Judy is told she will have to have approval to associate with ex-prisoners. Chrissy discusses escaping with Hannah, and Hannah offers her money to arrange it. Steve has Wendy over for dinner. Doreen gets hold of Bea's article about Chrissy's rape. Both Hannah and Doreen are amazed that Chrissy doesn't seem very happy that it has been printed. Faye accuses the women of stealing her money, and seems to be most suspicious of the new girls Hannah and Chrissy. Susie is shopping for clothes from the bargain rack in a dress shop when she meets Jackie, who takes her for dinner to celebrate her birthday. Erica sees the newspaper article and demands to see Steve immediately. Colleen phones him at home and is surprised when Wendy answers the phone as they are having breakfast together after she has stayed overnight with him. While Susie and Donna are in the restaurant, Donna Mason arrives. She is also a prostitute and sees Susie's potential. She gives Susie her address and says she can stay with her if she ever needs accommodation. Joan tells Faye she's off the book and will be transferred to another block. Susie asks for overtime but her boss expects sexual favors in return. Steve explains himself to Erica and Joan backs up his story. Joan is sent to fetch Chrissy to the governor's office. On the way she threatens Chrissy that Elizabeth will suffer if she does not do what Joan wants.
There you go. That was the previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
I do like introducing this to people who haven't seen the show before because
it's really useful. Yeah.
There's so many characters, there's so many stories.
Absolutely.
And I'll go, yeah, that was one TV hour of Prisoner, and that was all that was in there. So do you remember episode 290?
With that summary, yeah, quite a bit of the stuff has kind of come back to me. I remember Donna Mason, yeah, when she came into it, because the actress I think was English, and she ended up being in some Ruth Rendell sort of thrillers over here much later. I think she did Archie Whiteley, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember her character, and then she gets put into it, Wentworth, and she becomes hooked on drugs, and then she tragically ODs, doesn't she? And Bea tries to save her because Bea's got this thing about like what happened with her daughter. Yeah. Susie Driscoll, funnily enough, I've just been rewatching some of the earlier ones with her, and she does get a little bit annoying, but you sort of feel sorry for her because there were all those escape attempts when she was in Wentworth. She just keeps trying to get out. Now she's on the outside. She just seems to have a run of bad luck, doesn't she? The poor thing, really. Like getting, off,
kidnapping
suggested
and
she could be a
like,
prostitute. Yeah, I know these poor women. She does have a happy ending in the end, though. I think, doesn't she? Finally.
Yeah,
but,
and she gets a house named after her as well, which is
of course, Driscoll House. Yeah, you're
all
absolutely
anyone
right.
could ever want is to have a house named after.
That's right, because isn't she the first inmate there or something? The first woman to live there, or something like that's why
Something
Judy
like
calls.
that.
I think that's why Judy calls it Driscoll House. Yeah, yeah. The stuff with Hannah is interesting. I think what's interesting is the time in which this was made, and Joan as a predatory old dyke, and Hannah as the sort of young, attractive blonde thing that she likes, and the way she comes onto her. I think this, looking at the summary, I don't think this happens in this episode, but yeah, there's lots of double dealings, isn't there? And then all the stuff with the book as well.
Yeah,
But,
Joan's
yeah,
just
as well.
arrived, doesn't she? This is very early in
Just establishing
Joan
herself.
coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Mm.
I'm trying to think how psychotic we know she is at this point. I know it's
She started
introduced
to put on
quite
the black
early.
rubber gloves, hasn't she? She started to give the women the body searches, and
Yeah.
Oh, isn't it quite soon that there's the awful bit when she beats up Chrissy and kicks the shit out of her, doesn't she? And I
Yeah.
think around this time, yeah. And then Colleen and Erica are really horrified at what she's done. And she tries to cover it up and say, "Oh, it was self-defense and stuff." And it's like, why the hell did you go that far? Yeah.
It's so good when Joan arrived because everyone just goes, "Oh, Vera was all right actually."
Which do you prefer, Greg? I'm more of a Joan fan, to be honest. What about you?
Oh, she's the star of the show.
Do you
It's
prefer
her.
Joan to Vera?
Oh, absolutely. This is Joan's series. She's the absolute star of it.
For you, yeah.
In the last few years, they realised this and went, "We're going to make as many of the storylines as possible just revolve around Joan because that's what people want."
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Right. Okay. So now we're up to speed with episode 290 with that thorough recap. Let's have a look at episode 291.
Why not watch along with us? It's the best way to enjoy our insightful analysis. There's a YouTube link in the episode blurb.
The whole thing with Latham blew up because I told her I couldn't help but to see a child. Well, not on her terms anyway.
So she told more lies to get back at him.
Well, they'd have to be very good to convince Smith. She's no fool.
Those old
and
uniforms
she
are
wrote the
hideous.
article.
But she will try and
Don't
back
you
the
like
system
them?
if she thinks she can get away with it.
Maybe she believes my
I
elbow
mean,
will break down.
I like them on the show. I just
Joan,
hate the
I'd
idea
expect a few
if I ever had to wear one.
Yes, but not long enough for that to have happened. Before we go any further, I was just wondering
It's
about
just the
that little
greyness
girl
of everything,
yours.
I think.
Yeah? What about her?
Well, how much you really want to see her, for instance.
You know I do.
Badly.
Yes, badly.
Joan hasn't even got the gelled down hair and
There's
that yet.
something I want
No,
you to do.
yeah.
And if you want to see that
That
little
happens
girl
a bit
of yours
later.
again, you'd better do as you're told.
I believe she meant to be the character who, Chrissy at the end who gets Joan in for a job and then fucks with
there
her.
would be no censorship,
Oh,
but you had no right
yeah.
to
It was Willie Beecham, wasn't it? In the end,
But wasn't it meant to be Chrissy, or they tried to get Chrissy first?
Chrissy would have been a lot
That's
better,
your
I reckon.
story.
Mr.
Yeah.
Faulkner was with Mr.
She hated
Anderson the
her for
whole
longer.
time.
No way.
Yeah,
One of the
yeah.
women
Willie
saw
was.
him
Yeah,
alone.
it wasn't.
So
yeah, it
now
wasn't
you
the
are
same.
accusing two officers of lying.
What I'm saying is there are grounds for an investigation.
She was in the
After
show as
this,
3 different characters
I
as well,
reckon
wasn't
we'll
she?
get one.
Yes, she was indeed. Yeah, she was the
Come in.
corrupt prison officer at the start, and then Faye's
Someone's
mother.
someone's sister or mother, yeah.
I want you
Yeah,
to tell
Faye
me
Quinn's
exactly
mother, I
what
think.
happened.
Yeah.
If I find it necessary, I will take the matter further. But I want to hear the truth first.
Nothing happened, Mrs. Davidson.
What?
Go on.
Well, I sort of made an offer to Mr. Faulkner, and
he wouldn't take me up on it, so...
So you made the whole thing up. I see.
Hey, wait a minute. What's going on here?
Shut up.
Oh, hang on here. She's changed her tune.
Quiet, Smith. Latham, you are already on charges of theft and breaking parole. I should have thought that would have been enough. You can forget about privileges until further notice.
Yes, Mrs. Davidson.
As for you, Smith,
The things that are
there are two
believed in this
reporters
show,
in the interview room.
without any evidence
They're waiting to
whatsoever, are
find
just
out about
astonishing.
this investigation you want.
On both sides
I'm
of the
sure
fence.
you'll be happy to enlighten them.
Good drama, though. It's really well done, that scene.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, Dor.
Crikey,
She outstayed her welcome, Doreen.
Someone like that.
I'm sorry.
There's a Peter
Oh,
thief around here.
I like Doreen original
Guess what? I just saw
version of
Faye.
Doreen.
don't
When
come
they
to me
kept
for
bringing her
anything. I'm
back,
not
she
putting
got
any money on
crapper
any
every
girls.
time they brought
She
her back.
could be a
Yeah,
pain.
but
She's
now-
so self-pitying
chuck it in?
at certain points, and just Jude is
First of all,
actually
she
one of my
told me how
favourite
she's gonna be
all-time characters.
transferred, and she told me about the
Yeah,
dog.
and also she
When I asked
Jude's
her why,
pretty
she told me to
consistent
rack off and mind me
as a
own
character.
business.
Yeah,
Well, she
yeah.
didn't make a lot
Although
of profit
I
lately,
think
did
she
she?
became a bit softer as time went on. But
And so was I.
I think you can always put that down to the
Got out of here.
to the heart.
Scriptwriting.
Yeah,
The Peter thief
The
was
production,
doing better,
yeah.
wasn't she?
I know, but she had the heart problem as well, didn't
You
she?
reckon that's why
Oh
Faye
yeah,
stopped?
that's right.
Oh, could be.
So you could always make that excuse for why you
She has to find out who it is first, doesn't
I
she?
guess.
She doesn't
calm
seem to be
down a
trying
bit.
too bloody hard.
Doreen
No,
was
she's
always
got
as
enough on her plate
stupid
already
as
with
the
the
plot
Wine.
required.
She's got to cop it from that, isn't she?
I always wanted her to get back with Kevin Burns, Greg, because I always thought they were really nice together. And it was, I don't know if you remember when Doreen
Yeah.
did come back the last time. She was just there as a comedy element.
She was
Really.
there for like 2 episodes, wasn't she? And then
A few more, yeah.
I was it longer.
To fill the post B. Smith gap, yeah. The plot was that she was
I'm sure the first thing the
she'd got
department
herself
and the
involved
prison
with a
officers
foreigner, and he wanted
Yeah.
an arranged marriage.
She was
and
trying
then
to
she
hide
put
from him.
herself in Wentworth, yeah.
That'll be my next station. Thanks for nothing, lady.
Yeah, that was but by then I think maybe they were actually incredibly smart with that
You're doing very
storyline
well,
because
Smith.
they just wanted to make sure
Give me
no
the
one ever
formula for
wanted to see
success
Doreen
sometime,
again.
will you?
It could have been that.
Jeez. You should have seen the way Bea looked at me. Like she could kill me or something.
It was jumpy as a kid.
It's the same with Lizzie, of course. When they release Lizzie and they go, "Oh right, what are we going to do now? I will have to put her back in."
Oh, anyway, it's
Yeah.
really lock-up time.
Yeah.
And then you get like 3 or 4 Lizzie replacements as the,
Well, I was.
the
Do you know
old
what?
woman.
On the forum, I was commenting on that because someone's just done a post where they said the sort of the same stock characters, and there was Dot Farah and Essie Parslow, and they just were not. They paled next to Lizzie, really.
Oh yeah, well, everyone hated Dot
In my
Farah,
view, yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah.
Is it just me?
I think
she's
so,
definitely
yeah,
on the
yeah.
ones like. You didn't need another Lizzie. They've had that sort of character, so you didn't need another one. They didn't even know what to do with the original one by the end. So
Maybe not. She got reunited with her family, didn't she?
yeah,
Go for it, baby.
I know it sounds harsh, but even when Lizzie burnt, is it Sid's house down?
That's right.
I reckon that could have been a good end for Lizzie.
You meanie.
You know what I mean, though, in
Sim-
terms of
burnt
that was
to
a great
cinders.
storyline for her.
Yeah, yeah.
She could have died in the fire and framed the evil son.
That's. I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that would have been a banging storyline for her to go out on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's my kid I'm talking about.
What do you think of Chrissy, Greg? I mean, I think she's a great character, but she does go on about Elizabeth rather a lot, I think.
I kind of lost interest in her when around that time. I liked her at the
Yeah.
start when she was just as nasty person for hire,
Femme
essentially at the
fatale.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was always very selfish, though, so there was always that
No,
consistency
no.
to her.
Did you ever watch a show called Richmond Hill, which was on for about a year after when Prisoner finished? And Amanda Muggleton, who played Chrissy, was in it as a tarty barmaid owner of a bar, but sort of with a heart of gold. And Maggie Kirkpatrick was in it as well.
Okay.
A lot of the Prisoner cast were in it anyway, yeah.
I think that goes for any Aussie show, doesn't it? They
Yeah,
all
they all
show
end
up.
up being in yeah.
I find it really weird whenever I see them in something else.
It is, isn't
Because this is the only show that I really like that they could appear in. But if I happen to see that, you know, just a scene of another show that they're in, it just seems odd.
You can be useful.
It's not the actor appearing in something else. It's their character from Prisoner appearing in something else.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of them have been in stuff like Neighbours, haven't they? But Neighbours is a lot more lightweight. I mean, this was in some ways kind of hard-hitting and serious, and I think, you know, yeah, I really like the lighting here. Actually, it's very dark.
We always joke about the lighting, and sometimes we assume it's someone's day off in that they'll walk down a corridor and you just can't see anything. But something like this is
pretentious here.
This is stylized. This is good.
No, it is very film noir, and that was another thing in the later episodes because the sets were much more brightly lit. And if you watch those really older episodes, it made it look a lot more oppressive the way it's shot like this, darker shadows and stuff.
Well, we did one of the early episodes, and it was one of the 500s. So one of the later episodes, one of the episode 550 or something like that.
Oh yeah,
and we were just commenting on how everything was khaki and beige, whereas at this point everything's just blue and grey. That's all it is.
It's
so at some point, the show just changes from blue and grey to beige and khaki.
When you said you didn't like those prison officers, you know, it's sort of round about the again showing my geek knowledge here. I think around about the mid 400s, that's when the officers' uniforms change colour. But yeah, I like the darker look to the sets and things. Personally,
yeah, it's a prison. It should look horrible.
Well, I reckon, yeah. I think the more it moved into the 90s, the more sort of shiny the whole thing looked. You know.
That's our 90s. Yeah, that's our 90s.
Well,
so.
80s is what I meant.
You all right, love?
Yeah, sure.
I always say Australia 1983 is around like 1977 everywhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got Buckley's haven't doing anything about it.
This was another thing. I think Val Naiman said something like these were real women because they didn't wear makeup and stuff. And I guess, yeah.
Screw's dangerous. And if Chrissy thinks she's going to get anywhere by making deals with her, then she's dumber than she looks.
Yeah.
Listen, I can do without prison officers showing up here.
Don't call someone dumb in front of Doreen. That just seems harsh.
Yes, it is. Well, what do you want?
As a matter of fact, I've come on behalf of Chrissy. She wants to see her daughter.
Who does she think she is? She can't even run her own life. She doesn't deserve a child like Elizabeth.
She
couldn't agree more.
She must have played a different character as well. She looks very familiar.
That would be hard.
And I think whoever played Chrissy's sister before, it was a different actress, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Because she's a lovely little kid.
There's got to be a list, hasn't there, of
the
characters who are played by more than one person, and also the actors who are in more than one character.
Not for long.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got full custody.
Not yet, but I soon will have. Just got to go through the courts.
Be real rough if you missed out.
Why should I? I've taken good care.
I remember when Chrissy tries to leave, run away with her daughter, and with everyone looking for her, goes to the airport or.
Yes.
You go, well, the last place they'll be expecting someone on the run to go to is an airport.
No. Going back to what you said, I think it would have been great to have a comeback at the end when
she should be kept away from
Joan was working for that security firm, and she, you know, to have her be revealed as the woman that was the boss would have been great. Yeah, shame they didn't do that. I guess it was because Amanda Muggleton wasn't available at the time.
But she's a Brit, isn't she? So she was probably over here. My mate reckons she was in Howard's Way. So
tomorrow,
I will bow to his greater judgment, but I've never seen Howard's Way. So
I'm not. I have. No, I don't. No, with my geeky knowledge, I think I would have remembered her there. But
there you go, Daz. You know nothing.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Oh, bless. So, Hannah.
You never know when they're going to crawl out from under their rock, do you?
Chrissy, can I have a word with Hannah on her own, please?
Yeah, sure. You wait right here, Chrissy. I really don't think I've got anything to say to you.
Well, I'd like to straighten out a couple of things.
What about?
I just think we had a little misunderstanding, that's all.
No way. I read you loud and clear.
Well, you read wrong. Hannah, I wasn't making a pass at you.
Well, that's a new approach.
Why don't you pass it on to Ferguson? She could do with a little subtlety.
Yeah, she could. Look, I'm gay, Ferguson's gay, but that's where any similarity ends.
You don't say.
I would never push myself on someone. I believe that a relationship should be a two-way thing with some love and caring.
Look, love, Jude's all right. She's never come on, Evie. So why the extra interest?
I always forget that I'm
Well,
not
if I
supposed to
muscled
just
in,
stop and
she'd
listen and watch the show.
Well, it was worth a try. It
So
still
easily
is.
done.
I'd certainly never intended for you to take it the wrong way.
Well, I always thought I did have a vivid imagination.
Maybe you've been looking under too many rocks, huh? Well, now that that's settled, how about I keep Ferguson off your back while I'm here, okay?
Oh, and how
She-
about this?
that
I have
haircut,
since
she looks
found
just
Mrs.
like
Smith's
Princess
story to be
Diana, I
completely
think.
unsubstantiated.
Oh, Joan.
No, Hannah.
Against officers again.
Yeah.
Around about
I
82,
don't
this, wasn't
understand
it?
why they
So,
did in the first place. Steve's been pretty good to them.
Yeah, it would be.
That's
So
his mistake.
yeah.
They'd do anything to
I
cause
always
trouble.
lose track of the numbers. So
yes,
this has got to be
sexual
series
It
3 or
is.
4.
It is. Yeah, it
Well,
is.
he
It's
could have lost his
82,
job.
yeah.
Well, he won't trust them again to keep
So
their mouths shut.
Wendy, I mean, do you remember Wendy at the start,
No,
Greg?
Latham's
She
got
was
the morals of an alley
she was a
cat.
receptionist in
Can't
the
blame
very
him for
early
getting carried
episodes.
Yeah.
You're not saying it was true.
She got written out very abruptly.
Steve's not the type to abuse his position. Anyway, you said
I
you wanted
always
to
remember Wendy because she was initially called
Weren't you?
Wendy
just
brackets
say he's a
receptionist
fellow
in the credits. But then
maybe he
the
touched
episode
Lathan.
after, she
Maybe
was
he
just
didn't.
called
Who knows?
Wendy
I
Receptionist,
can't believe
which made me
Steve
think it was her
would get
Like it's
surname.
her surname, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I heard
Your
there was
job
one at
defined
Welbeck
you,
that he was
doesn't it?
supposed to be.
I'll
It
tell
certainly
you,
did with her.
tell you interesting
always
fact
changes
about
the
the
subject when it
actress.
comes up, so
She's
we
also
don't
an
quite
opera
know, do
singer,
we?
or she was. Yeah.
And if it was true,
Really?
wouldn't you do something
Yeah,
about it?
Helen Noonan,
Why?
and she
We've
didn't
got a
break
lousy
into any
job.
arias in
The
Wentworth,
most
though,
important thing
sadly.
is that we show some solidarity. Let each other know that there's someone we can rely on.
If
when
she was
things get
around
rough.
in, I don't know, what was her name, the Marlene Warren era, she probably would have. They would have had a song
No,
competition or something.
she wasn't. She goes in about an episode or two. She leaves.
Don't
Yeah.
strain yourself, love.
I think we
had a
had
real
a real
good
good
thing Marlene Warren, I did not like. Did you?
No, me neither.
Couldn't stand her.
Yeah, why not?
Is-
Somebody's got to keep
I-
things running.
that might be the start of
Bloody hard work and
the
the fastest way to get a bashing if you
that I
Decline.
associate with the Nora era. It
Yeah.
might be someone like Marlene coming
And
in.
I thought I could
Hmm.
use the extra cash.
It's almost like they introduced these characters just to annoy me. at times.
Stupid comedy. The comic, I mean, probably one of my favourite comic relief characters was Pixie. You know, I did like
Yeah.
her, but
with the pro
yeah.
chairman about that job at the halfway house.
Erica is an icon to me as well, I've got to
Quite
say.
the contrary. He thinks it's a good idea.
I think
That was
when it
another
comes
thing
down
about
to
it.
it,
Sorry, go
if
on.
it's
Yeah.
so I was just say if it comes down to Erica versus Anne, I'm on Team Anne.
Oh, yeah. Oh, are you really gone? Why is that
Say
then?
you will be tomorrow after the hearing.
I don't know. I just think she's.
I can't believe it, you know.
I prefer her as a character. I think
There was some-
Erica just jumped to so many conclusions about stuff.
I suppose she does, yeah. I like her, obvious kind of her campness. I love her cut glass English diction, you know, that when she puts on the gloves and, you know, she's kind of like an Australian Margaret Thatcher to start off with, but then Anne was kind
That
of a
might be
bit
it.
more
Still, I'm sure we'll
Anne
find
was a
ways
bit
to
more
console each
realistic, I
other.
suppose, in some ways, and a bit less caricatured.
I always like the scenes with Anne and Joan.
Oh yeah.
I always thought there was plenty of good because the hatred between them was always like bubbling under constantly in those scenes because they couldn't actually come out and say how much they despise the other person, but the
Yeah,
scenes were always
yeah.
really good between them.
Yeah.
It's like leading a lamb to slaughter.
My idea of Doreen's
That's right, and towards the end, do you remember Anne had a boyfriend that was a priest, but he was a biker, and
Oh, we
Jones-
covered one of those episodes, yeah.
Joan said something about your bikey ex-boyfriend, and Anne lost it and slapped
Yeah.
her across the face.
That was brilliant.
Bee's still looking at me like I'm rubbish. You're not the only one.
You're not very popular, but at least you're not...
Come on, Steve, you're working.
She's got plenty of money outside.
Yeah.
Ferguson put in a hard word on me, so why...
Probably knows he's leaving, so...
Where's that friend you were going to get? Yeah, right. Or have you got anything in mind?
I'm working on it.
Okay, Latham, you've got a visitor.
Is it Elizabeth?
Yes, she's with your sister-in-law.
Oh, Tom, Mrs. Powell, where is she?
In the garden. Look, aren't you going to finish this first?
You got to be joking. I'm not interested in lunch with me babies here, am I?
Well, well. Looks like Ferguson came through with the goods after all.
I suppose dated. I mean, Fletch thought Jared Maguire played Fletch really well, but yeah.
How are you then, hey?
Then you had Dennis Cruikshank, the Yorkshire Pud character later.
But, well, as someone from Lancashire, I'm not going to like a character from. I'm not going to like a character from Yorkshire. Particularly when he Yorkshires it up at every opportunity.
Well, he did a bit, didn't he? Yeah. I met him actually, Greg, a few years ago. I don't know if you met any of the prisoner actors, because I went to a convention and he lives in Winchester now, the actor. Yeah, but he was over there. He was a very nice guy.
I've never done any of the conventions and that kind of thing.
Have you not? No, I've only done one.
I always feel that I don't know enough. I'm always, I'm like a casual fan, so I don't know everything about the show. So I always think that I always think the people who know everything about it are the ones that go to those sort of things.
A bit like me. I did. I mean, I also, I don't know if you remember, because God rest his soul, Lily Savage. What was the name of the actor?
Paul Grady.
That's right. Thanks. He sadly passed away, didn't he? But I went to see Prisoner Cell Blockade, the musical, and that was brilliant. And Maggie Kirkpatrick was in it, and brilliant. I saw it when I was living in Brighton, and Paul O'Grady made Maggie Kirkpatrick lose it on the stage, and she just started cracking up laughing. It was very funny. Yeah.
I'd be like between a rock and a hard place there, because I love Prisoner. I hate musicals. So
do you really? Yeah.
It would be. It could be the best and worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. It kept a lot of the elements, but it kind of made it into a bit of a joke, predictably as well. You know. Like,
yeah.
Well, you know what everyone's saying.
Well, some of it is a joke. It's just that's all some people think of the show. They ignore all the good stuff and just go, oh yeah, they had dodgy sets and some bad actors. You go, yeah, that's not the whole thing.
But then,
it wasn't that for 7 years.
No, sure. And the thing is, it was filmed. It was meant to be a serious drama, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not their fault. I mean, things like the budget and stuff isn't the show's fault, is it? So
it's no worse than British TV. You know, like at the time, you know, things like Doctor Who and what have you.
Yeah, never really watched that either. But
I'm a big fan.
I'm of the opinion I don't really like television. I just like this.
I'm just fed up with things in here stuffing up my private life.
Good choice.
Them's the breaks with this job. Look, you try and do anything for these women and all you get is a kick in the guts. The only person who understands that is another officer, believe me.
She's not at the point yet where she's kind of... Because when she realises the others are against her, that's when the relationships with the other officers break down and they're being snide to each other and stuff. It's still early days.
Yeah, she was always sneaky at this stage, just trying to get away with everything and go, oh, that's nothing to do with me. And she had an excuse for everything. But
yeah,
eventually they just started pulling her up on it, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. They get wise to her.
Well, I thought I'd stash it myself.
I'd be bloody stupid.
Oh, yeah, the Peter thief.
Yeah, speaking of that, it looks as though I won't be getting my money back before I leave. I was hoping I could find out who it was, too.
Oh, maybe we could send you yours later, you know, when we catch him.
Are you kidding? You keep it. Have a big party. I'm going to be earning top money out there. You know...
I've also read, Greg, sorry, going my geek knowledge. I read I've got Betty Bobbitt's autobiography, and it's a good read actually.
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, she wrote it because sadly she passed away, but she wrote it. It's called On the Inside. It's either called On the Inside or On the Outside. Most of it is about her filming Prisoner and playing Judy, and she goes on about just what like a family the cast were and what a great time she had. Yeah,
Don't see why not. Have a word in Davo's ear.
I was hoping it would be all nasty and backstabbing.
Oh, well, I think she's a bit of a soft. She talks about how when one of her sons is ill, she has to go into hospital to see him, and some over-enthusiastic fans come up to her and say, "Look, it's Jude, look, it's Jude," and they won't leave her alone. She's like, "Can I have some privacy?" And they start calling her a bitch. Just because she wants, some privacy, but she doesn't say anything nasty about people per se. I don't think.
And I was just hoping like the other actors just goes, I'll tell you this about Meg.
Well, do you know?
I love that kind of thing.
Yeah. Did you know Val Lehman and Elspeth Valentine, Meg didn't get on? And,
yeah, apparently.
Did you hear about that? Yeah. Val Lehman hated her.
Sounds just like my dad's family. Yeah.
Wasn't it like an argument over expenses or something like that as well?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Well, it started like that, and they just eventually became enemies.
Yeah, Elspeth Valentine had done a lot of programs for Grundy's, the company that makes Prisoner, and she was like a real established star. And she was like the snitch. So if she heard other cast members doing bad stuff, she'd dob them in on the phone. And Val Lehman sort of got wise to what she was doing, I think. Yeah. So.
I'm so scared she's going to get Elizabeth.
Honestly, Meg, how could you?
I wish I had someone else who could be
Yeah, I know. She's supposed to be a nice prison officer. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
But again, I can't imagine. I can't imagine the actors doing that. I can only picture Meg doing that.
No,
and therefore...
no. But I think Val Lehman too. I mean, like, I think apparently she was. Have you heard the stories, Greg? I mean, she was in it for 400 odd episodes, and she fell out with the producers and things. I think, and she became, when you're an established star, she got a bit big for her boots. I think, really, and yeah.
To break up. That's right. You let me know what he says.
Well, she's kind of promoting herself as the big prisoner star when she does all the like reunion stuff and anniversary things and signings and that. It's always, is she the one who kind of organises those now or something?
Yeah. The funny thing is, I think it's a bit like Doctor Who, actually. If you go back in time, around the time that the actors wanted to disassociate themselves from it, and some of them don't. But years down the line, I think they realise it's a money maker, all these conventions and stuff. So they changed their tune about the programme.
It's a pension, isn't it, in the end?
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A letter. Yeah, I suppose.
It's like recording a Christmas single. The money keeps rolling in, no matter how you get to it.
Yeah. Well, have you seen too on you may not on YouTube? Greg, what's the channel called? It's a guy in Australia called Matt, and basically he's managed to get back a lot of the cast members and interview them, including Val Lehman and people like that. Some of them, because it's so many years, they don't remember. Their memory of the show is very hazy.
Yeah, it's just a job for them, isn't it? After all.
Precisely, like Colette Mann, who played Doreen, I don't think she particularly likes talking about it.
Article caused so much embarrassment. He's decided to cancel a column.
Erica, darling. Ooh.
Two specials.
Oh, Susie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Susie.
Oh, this is when she's working in the fast food at the Chuck Wagon.
What did they tell you?
Yeah.
Love the cowgirl outfit. Fantastic.
But you're supposed to see that doesn't happen.
Well, it wasn't my fault.
But it's your job.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, hasn't he got a Brummy accent?
Now you've almost finished. What have you been doing in between?
I've been flat out with takeaways, you know.
And it sounds like a real one.
The job's too tough. There's a dozen.
Crossroads Motel to move to Australia.
You better smarten up. I don't like excuses.
You don't like me just because I'm...
Oh, it comes and goes. Comes and goes.
I was prepared to discuss it, and that's all. Yeah. You want to work here, girl? You better smarten up. There's a customer over there.
My favourite accent in the whole of Prisoner is when Meg's married to Bob, and he gets to show the Swedish woman around. I don't even know if she's Swedish.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
That's my favourite accent in the whole show. It's amazing.
Are you being sarcastic by any chance?
No, it's my favourite. I'm aware it's bad, but it's my favourite one.
That's what you mean, yeah. When you say amazing, with heavily ironic there, yeah.
Well, it's the fact that it changes accent from word to word. I've never heard anything quite like it. So
possibly because she wasn't Swedish or whatever.
I think there's a chance she may not have been Swedish, but
no, I know. Yeah, you can always tell, can't you? I do remember. Oh, Bob, he was He was awful to Meg. Meg had some bad men in her life, quite honestly.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be too much.
Well, all of them, pretty much all of them.
And Chrissy never got lucky with the fellas either.
He will.
No.
No one sweet talks better than Duncan.
But then she did accuse them of rape when they turned her down, which...
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. Sour grapes.
Susan.
Susan.
Are you all right, dear? You look exhausted.
Yeah, I am a bit.
Burning the candle at both ends. Not good for a young girl.
Yeah, well, I haven't got any money, so I'll be home tonight.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Is Amanda in?
No, dear, she's gone out.
Oh, I wanted to talk to her.
Oh, she's such a good girl. Always in on time. You could take a lesson from that girl.
Yeah.
Susan.
Yes?
There are other ways of enjoying yourself than by throwing money around, you know.
Like how?
Well, there's a church social club dance next week and some of our girls are going.
This is how they get you.
Why don't you join them?
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
Look, I'll give you the entrance fee myself. How about that?
That's really nice of you, Mrs. Beamish, but I reckon I'd like that stuff.
Oh, Mrs. Beamish.
You just don't know when you're well off, my girl.
I can find my own fun.
Yes, but that can
Yes,
be
and you're about to, aren't you?
Hours. Now, look, there are lots of nice girls here. You should make friends with them.
I have, so why don't you just leave me alone? I'm tired and I want to go to bed.
So she's just met them in the previous... So it's mentioned in the recap, isn't it, that she met Donna? So
that's right, yeah, and Donna sort of... Yeah, leads her off the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Lizzie? Yeah, okay. Well, how about picking up the
Lizzie, first appearance of the episode as well.
Indeed.
What are you up to anyway? Studying form. Not you.
And we haven't seen Meg yet.
That's true.
That's why I need a
I'm not so fussed about that.
No.
I don't mind Meg, it's just the fact that because she's always there, I'm not that bothered when she isn't.
Did you also know she was the only character to stay in it, be in it from start to finish? The only actress too. Yeah.
There's only about half a dozen episodes that she's not in over the course of the whole run, isn't there? But so much of her scene is her just standing at the back of the visiting room.
Yeah.
Look up some dough stashed away for a moment like this, and I reckon I'll put it all on. I'll see ya.
My partner absolutely hates Lizzie's voice. You know that she just did. You know I'll see you. You know, like loud and yeah.
Nails down a blackboard, isn't it? I can understand exactly why.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can understand why people would think that.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's Meg.
No, I'm not.
Meg.
Lovely white outfit,
mate. Halfway house before her
Back from holiday, obviously.
It's jumping the gun a bit, isn't
they're going to the halfway
I
house.
don't think so. Go on, Judy. Sign out.
Oh, a bit nervous, you know.
What on earth for?
I don't know. New house, new job, everything.
And this time it's for keeps, right?
You bet.
Oh, Wally.
What are you doing here?
I came to see you, of course. It's a big day, isn't it?
He hung around for a while. He was coming and going for a while in this, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
It's all right, Miss Ferguson. I'll deal with this. Actually, we were just on our way out. I'm taking Judy to have a look at a new house.
Good-o. I'd like to be the first visitor. Can I come along?
I'm afraid not. You see, it's still official business.
All right.
Mind you, if you just turned up at the same place, I could hardly prevent that from happening, could I?
Funny thing, that. Just what I had in mind.
Oh.
All right, you bludgers. Who did it?
What's wrong?
Some rotten monk's taken my dough.
What, are you sure?
I can't even remember who the thief was in this.
Calm down, Lizzie. Where did you last see it?
I'm trying to think. I was just thinking that it was Lizzie. Because Lizzie is later revealed to have nicked off everyone, wasn't she?
All right,
But I don't think it's this storyline.
Back to work.
No, that has
Unless you
happened
can shed
before.
some light
Yeah.
on the subject? No.
Wasn't it when she was about to be released, she confessed that she'd stolen loads of stuff?
Okay, look, I'm as bloody sick of this as you
I,
are.
possibly.
I'm going to set a trap.
I don't think it's this storyline.
Help me spring it.
Looking forward to me Tucker after a shock like that.
I do think they
Tucker.
write themselves into a corner on occasions
I had a couple
and
of
suddenly go,
Yeah.
right, who are we going to have as the thief? Right,
Yeah.
who hasn't lost stuff?
really well. Raking
It'll have to be them.
I wish she'd keep that dough on her instead of hiding it in our dorm.
Maybe she's found a really good place to hide it this time.
You know what Doreen's like, though. She'll probably hide it where anyone could find it.
Have you ever been to Australia, Greg?
No, I'm not keen on flying, so I never
you're
will.
Not? Oh, really? Oh, that's a shame. One day I would love to go. I do. Actually, we've got a kind of family member who lives near Melbourne, so it'd be a good excuse, actually. Yeah, it's a long way, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like I wouldn't want to fly that distance just for like a 2-week holiday. I'd want to
32
maybe do Australia and New Zealand and tour around everywhere.
Yeah.
But
No, yeah, makes sense. Well, that's the halfway house.
Early modern collapse.
yeah,
Do you remember how Jude left the show? Right, because I didn't. The way she got written out was a bit stupid.
Let's see
it
if
was.
stunning on the
I'm-
inside as it is on the outside.
The pop star Sheila.
Yeah, writing songs.
That's right. Yeah, it was, and also Judy's daughter Laurie. You know, it was interesting that she was supposed to be a lesbian, but somewhere along the line she slept with someone and had a baby.
Yeah, which she never mentioned because she
No, exactly.
She does mention early on that she's never been with a bloke. So
And then, hey presto, something obviously happened, didn't it? It was a shame when Judy got written out. I thought that she didn't get back together with Laurie, but maybe the actress wasn't around.
yeah, it was. I don't. Judy going seemed to be quite quick. It seemed to go from she had years left to do to suddenly being released. It seemed to turn around quite quick. So I wonder if it was like contractual.
They do that, don't they?
What can I say?
Know, she was in it a bloody long
I don't know what I
time.
was expecting. I wasn't expecting
Yeah, so
compliments or anything, but
that's
this.
got to be.
Oh my God, it's
Well,
gonna take
obviously
20
it's
years just to get
after
it halfway
Pixie leaves,
decent.
so that's what
Well,
500.
Not, yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Jude, there's nothing wrong here that can't be fixed with a hammer and a few nails.
And she's in it from about I don't know
Madame, it's not
100 or maybe before that even.
That's right. About episode 90. It was just the start of the second season.
Well, Madame has completely
yeah.
overlooked the potential of this.
Well,
When
yeah, because Sharon's in,
Gilmore
yeah.
Place that you can
That's
completely
right, yeah.
renovate to your own taste and satisfaction. That you have to renovate to your own taste and satisfaction.
Wally's a good character, though.
Anyway, look, I'll be around the place. I'm pretty nifty with a hammer.
Oh, I bet you are.
That's all it'll take, just a few coats of paint, a few knickknacks, you know, and then it'll be right. Tell you what I'll do. I'll bring down some pottery from my place. That'll start your shop off.
Oh, come on, Wally. I can't let you do that.
I've got a few bits and pieces hanging around. They're seconds, you see. The galleries won't take them.
He seemed to know
nobody
everyone
the
as well.
difference. I'll still
I'm not
sell.
sure
Well, that's what you
why.
want.
He's just sort of like a handyman that everyone knew.
Cheer up.
He is. Yeah.
You know, if it goes wrong here, there's always a bed at my place.
I know, love. Well, I took on this job. I might as well stick to it, and I'd better get
He's in
started.
as Judy's friend, and obviously later on he's with
Lurking around here
Anne.
somewhere, huh?
And that's right.
But he kind of
Yeah, they have a little
disappeared a few
fling
times and
out,
came
don't
back.
Yeah. The last time he comes back is when the women have this fight in the prison gardens, and yeah, I think that's what Myra escapes wearing a very stupid
Wearing a hat.
She remember she pretends to be a prison visitor.
That's one of
Pixie
my.
makes
That's
her
one
a
of
hat that
my.
looks like a lampshade.
That's one of my favourite escapes on the grounds that it
yeah,
was.
no, it's original, yeah.
Well, it's just walking out in wearing the most conspicuous hat possible
What the hell do you think
Definitely.
to escape with.
customers?
But then you've got these highly trained.
Do you understand? That's what you're paid for.
What are they like, Marines and stuff, who try to break Ruth out of prison, and they can't do.
than this.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
If they'd have just put a hat on and walked out, they'd have been fine.
Oh yeah, you know, obviously the solution they're missing, you know.
Because I've had it.
Yeah.
You and your job can go and get
To be fair, no one would have thought of doing that.
I wouldn't beat
No.
it to a bloody
Apart from
At
Myra.
least they're better than your hamburgers.
You tell him, Susan. I love the pink curtains and decor. Very nice. It's a bit kitscher than McDonald's.
I haven't been in one, but I assume they're all very similar to that sort of thing.
Mm.
Probably without the cowboy hats lying around.
Congratulations.
Maybe.
Your parole went through all right.
Yeah. I should be out of here in an hour or so.
Wish I could say the same thing.
Honey, if Ferguson gives you a hard time, you go and see Bea. She'll look after you.
Yeah.
So what was Judy back in for?
It was when
She's on remand, isn't she?
Hazel. Do you remember Hazel, Greg?
Yeah.
Hazel was. Hazel turns up at the halfway house, and because she's a very tragic character that has loads of problems with her kids and what have you. And,
Yeah.
But she basically has got a brain tumor, and she comes to the
that's later on though, isn't it?
Oh right, but that is
I
when
mean,
Judy
this.
gets put back in.
No, I mean this time. What
when-
was she in for?
Oh, it was the stuff to do. I was watching it recently when she's a taxi driver, and she picks up a customer who, do you remember, who wants to have a fling with a prostitute, and then the customer accuses her of trying to steal his wallet, and the wallet gets found on her.
They found it in a bin.
That's
Conveniently
right, yeah.
in a bin, yeah.
Yeah, she chucked it away in there without realising, and then yeah.
All right, I'll do it.
Thanks a million, Jude. I won't forget you.
Oh, I missed that.
That's the problem. The ones with the characters who leave and come back to prison multiple times. I can never remember what they're in for when they've come back in.
No.
Susan, I do not expect you to brush past me like that when you come in.
I just want to be on my own.
Did they let you off early today?
No.
Then why aren't you at work? You're still on the afternoon shift, aren't you?
I'm not on any shift anymore.
They haven't asked you to leave.
No, I took off myself.
You what?
I couldn't face it anymore. Being yelled at and not getting enough money, and being flat out on my feet all day, it was horrible.
But you just can't walk out like that.
Well, I did.
Well, what about your employer?
Oh, that pig. Oh, please, just leave me alone.
Susan, what are you going to do? No job, no money?
I don't know.
Then there's your board. I mean, we can't afford to keep you here for nothing, you know.
Well, you won't bloody well have to.
Susan!
I'll get another job, or I'll go on the dole.
You most certainly will not. Our girls are expected to work. Now, I suggest you go back to your employer and see if he'll take you back.
No, I'll never do that.
You need to have a long, hard look at yourself, young lady.
Her hair's an incredible shape.
And you are not living up to
But
them.
bouffant.
I shall leave you to think on that.
But it's
Bit
kind
like
of
Erica.
parted there, bouffant there.
Yeah.
It's got these weird waves going on.
I'd just like to say that we hope it does you good for you on the outside, Jude.
Well, I'm sure going to try.
Of course, we'd like to say that we wish you weren't going.
Get on with it, Doreen.
I am. And,
Does she do the poignant look back at the prison as she leaves?
Probably,
That's normally the sign they're never going to be seen again.
Little knowing what's going in store, yeah.
That's real good, you know. Huh?
And then we get the cheesy background music.
Shop, you'll see.
I'm going to do one of these just about the music on the show because I love it. I love it how it's sometimes really good, but also sometimes completely inappropriate.
Dreadful, yeah.
For what's been shown. So
no. Yeah, they used a lot of stock soundtracks and stuff, didn't they? Just played it again and again.
I'm going to miss you.
But I love it when that some of it was this weird kind of experimental electronica that they used.
Yeah.
And they play that over like murders and stuff. You go, really? Is that the? So it's an interesting choice they made.
And again, it's a sign of the times because the really early ones are these sort of disco-style strings and things like that.
Yeah.
There was an episode, Greg, when do you remember? Jim goes to like a local disco when he's out on the pull, and it's bloody hilarious.
Oh, goodness, it's him.
To be fair, I don't think that's ever changed. I think shows now where they have to have like non-copyrighted music in order to be in a club or something like that. It's always dreadful, the stuff they come up with.
All right then, but I'm sure the fresh air
So
will do far more
if they're not willing to pay to use a proper song, it means they're going to make something quite cheaply to
Probably,
play in.
yeah.
So someone on work experience with a Casio keyboard, that might just be what they have. They put the boom too close to that door, didn't they?
Perhaps, yeah. Talking of weird electronic music.
Yeah. It's exactly the sort of thing I mean.
Oh, Lizzie, what are you doing?
So even as someone who's watched the show multiple times, I still can't remember specifically why she's done that.
No, nor me.
I'm sure it makes sense in context, but I wonder if they had the music first and built a scene around it.
I think I'll be skipping the country.
Bryant, you haven't been searched yet.
Oh dear.
Come here.
Here's the dramatic music that they do.
You've been through it all before. Funny you should forget about this.
Can't wait to get your ugly paws on someone, can you?
Don't be insubordinate, Bryant. You're not out of here yet.
Although the weird electro would be weird over this scene.
This? You're not going anywhere, Bryant, except back to your cell where you belong.
No, look, that letter's very important to Hannah. You hand that over and you might as well forget about her.
I will do whatever I like with Simpson, and whenever. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Now you listen to me, Ferguson. If you are responsible for me staying in this place, I will make it my life's work that you never get near Hannah or anyone else for that matter.
I like how the American accent really comes out when she says Ferguson.
Just an old letter of Bryant's.
Yeah,
From my
Ferguson.
daughter.
Good for her.
All right, Bryant.
It's not like she had to say it very often over the 4 years that she was there, or whatever it was.
Yeah, thanks.
Is that Joan's first loss on the show?
Maybe, yeah.
Hey, Bea. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
I like how they lead them out in various places depending on
Like
who
our
needs to
letter got
see
through
them.
then, don't it? Yep.
Mm.
Now we just sit tight and let it all happen.
Oh, not much of a cliffhanger.
No. Guess they're just happy the letter got through. Yeah.
Colleen wasn't even called Colleen in that. She's just called Officer Powell.
Yeah, she was for a while, and then finally they gave her a proper name, Christian. Yeah.
On our last rewatch of this, I was actually surprised how early she's in it. Because
which?
Colleen. She's in it really early.
Yeah, but she just popped up in the odd episode. Yeah, she wear she's wearing specs and she has all her hair pulled back. She doesn't,
Yeah,
you know.
she's kind of like when they need a spare screw, she's the one who
That's
they do.
right. Yeah.
And she was kind of nice in those early ones, and then when Vera left, rewrite character completely.
There's like I was saying to you, those episodes I saw when she was, you know, being such a bitch to Alison Page. Yeah, but then they mellowed her. It's not very subtle writing when you started to focus on Colleen's kids, and then her daughter got kidnapped, and slowly they sort of softened her.
You're supposed to like give a shit about them, and you go, hang on a minute, you can't give a shit about them because you just spent the last 20 episodes showing what a horrible person they are.
I know. But I mean, they even did that with Joan, didn't they? Really, you know, like when we had the Major, and then do you remember Terry Malone, the same actress as
and also that horrible kid.
Oh God, Shane, he was dreadful.
Shane,
wasn't he?
that was
Annie Joan. Whining.
I mean, you shouldn't have a go at the children acting on TV. But he was awful. I suppose. He was absolutely awful, and he kept coming back as well. So like every time he left, you go, well, at least that storyline's over. No, here he comes again, and he's all right. So I normally ask people what they think is going to happen in the next episode, but you'll know what happens in the next episode. So what do you think?
I pretend I've got no idea.
What would you like to have happened in the next episode?
That's a good question. Oh my goodness, right. For the women, because it's becoming increasingly obvious, isn't it, that Joan's corrupt and nasty and has it in for the women, and she's setting up that they're going to basically spring her and uncover her corruption to Erica and the authorities. She's going to get what she deserves because she's a pretty unpleasant piece of work.
They didn't hang around in revealing Joan to it. They could have made it kind of slow burn into seeing what she was really like, but it was 0 to 60, wasn't it, with her straight away that she's going to be the bad one.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, pleased that Judy got out, and you know, if I didn't know better, I'd hope it would be like fingers crossed. You know, like
she's
going to make a success. Yeah, precisely. She's going to be a rip-roaring success with the halfway house, and she'll never go back to Wentworth. That would be good. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I would like to happen. But yeah. What about you?
But I even though I've watched these, I still struggle to remember exactly what happens in the storyline. I mean, from that episode on its own, you can't see the prostitution storyline for
not
Susie.
Yeah,
just from that.
She's just quit the job at the fast food, hasn't she? So she's obviously going to have to find something else.
So having not watched 290 directly before it, there's no suggestion from that she you could say she's going to go out stealing again and go back inside or something that way, because when they follow a character after they've left, it generally means they're going to do something to go back in.
Sometimes that's right.
But yes, there was no suggestion that that's where the storyline is going to go for that, which is good. Hannah, she's around for a while yet, isn't she? I'm trying to remember how long she's.
Joan sort of tries to come onto her even more and sort of blackmails her and tries to get her to them, but nothing, because this is you don't see anything, do you? But then the women, do you remember that the women decide that they've had enough? They take a stand and they like go on strike. And there was this episode when they're outside in the garden and they stand in a line and refuse to go in. And then
that's a great scene.
You can stay exactly where you are. And then Joan gets a hose. Do you remember? And she hoses them all down. It's really mean. And Lizzie gets ill and they're forced to go inside. But then they go on. They're battered, but they're not bowed. They're in the rec room, and they're not. They suddenly barricade it, and they're like, but then Joan manages to get one over on them again because she's such a cow. Yeah.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
No. And then I guess in the end it leads to remember the fire episodes. I mean, those were brilliant. I mean, it was just, but then B gets, you were saying earlier, and this is the unbelievable thing, B's a bloody murderess, isn't she? But then she gets the offer of parole, and she's she really wants it, and she's petrified Ferguson's going to fuck it up for her. Excuse my language. And
That's fine.
and then
you should hear some of the stuff on some of the other episodes.
oh, that's okay. Yeah, and she's really worried about it, isn't she? And then of course Ferguson does every trick in the book to get her to, to mess it up for her, and she does. Do you remember B gets some work experience, and Ferguson calls the employer and basically tells them B's this, that, and the other. She's a murderess. Do you really want to employ her and everything? And she's just a thoroughly nasty piece of
the
work.
weird thing about that whole storyline about Joan trying to ruin everything for B is that Joan wants rid of B. Why would she want B to stay in the prison and make her life more difficult? It makes more sense for Joan to want B to get released.
Yeah, because finally, that's how B leaves, doesn't she? She gets a transfer to Barnhurst, which was a bit of an anti-climax for the way her character left. So I know a lot of fans thought that was a bit crap, but you could argue she could have done that ages ago.
Yeah. It all seemed a bit weird, but that particular storyline when she's trying to keep her in Wentworth, I always thought that doesn't make sense. She wants rid of her.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Weird, but these things happen. This is what happens when you have multiple writers on a show.
They change stuff, don't they?
Yeah, you have to suit whatever the narrative is that week. So just as a character's been there for years, it doesn't necessarily mean the writer is aware of something the character's done 2 years ago. So I'm guessing most soaps work like that. Where if you dig into it, there's loads of inconsistencies with character and things like that. So who knows? But B and Joan, they are the two stars of Prisoner, aren't they? They're the two biggest characters, and there's just this small period where they overlap, relatively small period where they overlap.
Yeah, so it's actually because Ferguson comes in about episode 287, and B leaves in episode 400. So that was quite a lot of episodes they were in it together. But considering how long they were in, I know what you mean.
It was actually one of the quick. I'll do this quick. I mean, you don't get the quiz because you'll know all the answers, right? So you don't get to take the quiz.
You'd be surprised. Oh, really? Oh, that's the point.
We can do it if you want, but it's that is essentially one of the questions that's.
Was it?
Yeah.
Jesus, you can tell I'm sad. I know the answer.
Okay.
The character.
I'll do the quiz. I won't give you the multiple choice answers, because generally I'm going to ask these for people who haven't watched much of the show or certainly not an expert in it.
Quizners Cell Block H.
Who's the first character to be seen getting murdered in the prison?
Oh my gosh, I'll think about that. It's not one called Murdered, Greg. Murdered, not suicide. Actually, someone murdered.
Yeah.
Was it Bella Albrecht?
No, it's it's Bill Jackson.
Stupid me. Sorry, I was thinking about the women. I wasn't thinking about the.
It might be a trick question. I found got it on the website. Which character knew Susie Driscoll? We had a Susie episode. Which character knew Susie Driscoll prior to her arrival at Wentworth?
I've been watching those ones recently. Who the devil was it?
These would all be ridiculously easy if I gave you the
Helen Smart.
The four answers.
Was it Helen Smart?
No, it's Mouse.
No. There you go. I'm wrong again. That's right. It's come back to me because she used to babysit her.
But then the four answers that I've put are Joyce, Judy, Meg, and Mouse. So it would be easy to get Mouse from that. Because you just go, well, it's not going to be the other three, is it? Who found a gun buried in the prison garden? This is what I'm doing. All the people who know the prisoner. Yeah, all the people who know prisoner. I'm going to do it this way from now on.
Yeah, no, this is where you really have to think, don't you?
The newbies are going to get the potential answers. But...
going to make a wild guess on Lizzie, but I might be wrong.
No, it's Daphne.
Ah, Daphne. Oh, her.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I couldn't stand her. Yeah.
That era, yeah.
yeah, the Barnhurst.
There you go. Easy one. What colour was Julie Egbert's cardigan?
Pink.
Yeah.
Thank God I got one right. I'm starting to go down. Yeah.
The actress playing which character changed overnight?
Oh, Wendy. No. Oh God, I've forgotten. I know the one. It was in like the Rita era, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The actress. Are you asking the name of the character?
The character, yeah. Some of these are easy if you just watch the episode that it was in. So
I can't. I do know the character. I just
Lisa Mullins.
Right, yeah.
Lisa Mullins. And also, she brilliantly went from a blonde to a brunette, didn't she?
Yeah, like you do. Yeah.
They had a colour in her hair as her first scene. There you go. How many episodes were there between Joan Ferguson arriving and B. Smith leaving?
Wow. She came in 287 and B left in 400. So what is that? That's, if I do the math, 114, is it?
Yeah. That's it. So I'll do 114, 147, 198 or 233 because it seems like it'd be more, but it's not. So
it's not, yeah.
What was Laura Lee Wilkinson's real first name?
Oh my God, this is hard. It's hard. Oh, Paula Duncan. So her real name wasn't Lorelei. You're talking about the character.
Yeah, the character's real first name.
Real first name.
I think she's introduced as it because Joan recognises her and calls her it.
Lindsay? I don't know.
No, it's Lurleen.
Sorry, what?
Lurleen.
What bizarre name? What kind of a name?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. That's why I thought I was going to make it as a question.
Yeah,
which three characters did Alf Stewart play?
Right.
This is first names only as well. So
Ernest Craven.
Yeah.
Kurt Renner. Was it Kurt Renner? And the horrible Vietnam one that was the friend of Jeff Butler.
That's it. You got the surnames as well. So yeah, Jeff, Kurt, and Ernest was the ones for that. What was Rita's brother called?
Bongo. Bongo Connors.
We did a whole episode where we just couldn't stop saying bongo throughout it. It was
stupid.
And the best question, who moved Vera's radio?
God, who moved it? Oh, was this in the prison?
This might be an in-joke that me and a few of us have, and it's about something that was actually a plot in one episode, but just brushed over. It's
Can you give us a clue, Grant? It's not when she was in the prison, was it? Or was it when she was at home?
Yeah, it's when she's in prison. Anyway, the answers are Colleen, Fletch, Meg, and we just don't know.
Oh my God. Colleen?
No, we just don't know. It was kind of abandoned. They were
It just got moved, and it was just
her radio just showed up somewhere else, and it's mentioned that her radio's moved, and then it's never mentioned again. And we found it most amusing that it was that was included.
But that's what Prisoner did sometimes, didn't it? Yeah. Not only did radios go missing, characters would just disappear and never be mentioned again.
Yeah.
Not
it didn't go missing. It just moved.
Sorry. Right. Yeah. Sorry, you said. Okay.
That would be a different question. What happened to Vera's radio?
Yeah.
This one is just that's the series 3 of this. What happened to Vera's radio? This one's just who moved Vera's radio.
I'll explain this.
The podcast was almost called something about Vera's radio, and I went, no, this is going to be too niche. No one's going to understand what Vera's radio means. So there you go. Yeah, it's difficult without the potential answers, isn't it?
Makes you really have to think. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have got any apart from the Julie Egbert one. Oh, and the Vera's radio one. To be honest, that's. There is one more thing I'm doing this series because I thought I'd ask everyone a question. So it's either it could be based on the episode we've just watched, or it could be all time, depending on how much Prisoner you've watched. Who's your least favorite character?
Good question. Oh gosh.
Because everyone's. I was going to ask about favorite characters, but if your favorite character isn't Joan Ferguson, you're watching the show wrong.
I think Lexi Patterson. Lexi
Oh
Patterson.
God, yes.
Played by, she was the daughter of Marie Trevor, who became the producer later. So there was obviously a bit of nepotism there, the way that she was cast. And yeah, I mean, she comes in as a Boy George type character, doesn't she? Yeah, okay. And it was just like people were commenting on the facts. I think this was about 1984, and Culture Club, remember they'd been around for a good 2 years. So
and he'd kind of stopped looking like that by that point.
Well, precisely, yeah. It was way behind. It kind of thought it was. I suppose she was all right to begin with, but then she was just one of those self-pitying, moaning, annoying characters that was just sort of kind of out for herself and was always screechy and sometimes not very nice to the other women.
And she'd get riled up really easily as well. And
she was very kind of immature.
And then always get beaten up as well. She lost every fight she was ever in.
And she outstayed her welcome massively. I mean, sort of Marlene Warren would probably be a sort of a close second, I think, actually, definitely.
Same sort of time, weren't they? There must be crossover between those.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, Marlene came in before Lexi did. But yeah, those two I'm not fans of at all, basically.
No, I agree. Both.
What about you?
Perfect. I think Nora having such a big role in the show and being so constantly melodramatic and dull might be her, but I think the character I despise the most is probably Mervyn Pringle.
Yeah,
just absolute black hole, a black hole of entertainment, don't you?
Well, it was interesting in those later episodes because Joyce, when she started, she was a lot kind of, if you watch her in the early episodes, she's quite hard and just sort of,
Yeah.
But later they made her into the comedy element, and I think
she's
this
kind
is
of
when
a bit
they brought
kooky
in,
and doing the silly dancing in prisons and getting drunk and all that. Yeah,
and they brought and losing her glasses and then her hair and everything, and then Mervyn was obviously brought in. Those two were the comedy relief, weren't they? But it was just a bit.
Well, they're probably meant to be, but I just thought I don't care about Melvin's cooking.
No, not me. Mrs. O'Regan was better.
I want him to go away. That's fine.
I'm with you there. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
I don't think he was very good at acting either.
No,
unless he was. I don't know, but I think you're supposed to find him charming. And
I'll tell you again.
He's just a bit of a bellend.
Yeah, no, I know. And again, the prisoner syndrome of the same actors. Do you know he was in it earlier as a potential date for Doreen?
Yes,
he was, and he was annoying in that.
I only spotted that during our last rewatch.
Yeah, and I think he was in Neighbours as Gail's father, Gail Robinson, a long time ago.
Okay, I can't remember. I watched Neighbours for a bit, but I don't really have much of a crossover. Because I think a lot of the people from prison who did appear in it appeared after I stopped watching, because I lasted as long as when Natalie and Brudia left. I think I stopped watching because.
Did you? Oh well,
I saw
Charlene was my time.
Oh no, so I probably started around Scott and Charlene time and lasted until Natalie and Brudia, and then
going back to uni and what you were saying about. Yeah, sure. Going back to uni, what we when I was telling you that's when I got into it. It was Neighbours was running at the same, and both of them became like a cult. I think really, although, so yeah.
Yeah, I think I was more of a casual view of Neighbours. Like I'd watch it if I just happened to catch it. I was never bothered about. Oh, I missed an episode. I must know what happened. I could go like a month without seeing an episode, and then I'll just go, oh, I'll watch it again. But I could never have done that. Once I started watching Prisoner, and I saw this episode, I had to watch the next episode.
You got hooked.
I had to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Classic.
and the problem with watching it over on Granada and Central is that I haven't watched the next episode of two completely different series that they're showing. So
yeah.
It's good to know that. And sometimes you can quite easily get confused over what characters you're watching and what the stories are and that sort of thing. But it works quite well anyway.
Just plugging my phone in, Greg, actually, because the battery's running down a bit. So
that's all right. I think we're nearly done anyway. We've done an hour and a half.
Epic
fucking
talk.
flies by.
Yeah. No, great to watch the episode because it gave really good as a basis for discussion. Works really well. Yeah.
That's the plan. I wanted to do this for like 3 years before I actually bothered to get round to it.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was initially I was going to do it in the first lockdown, and I just didn't have any enthusiasm. The weather was too nice, and I was just getting drunk in the garden all day. And I thought this year, last year, I went, I'm finally going to get my podcast sorted, and I recorded an episode. So New Year's resolution last year. Finally got around to recording the first episode in March. Then finally finished editing it in like June. I went, I've got to come up with a better process for this. So that's kind of how what this is. So
it is,
what I'm doing at the moment.
Sorry,
so at the moment, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to record in bulk. So I'm trying to record like 6 episodes. Then I can get them all edited, and then I can get them all released like on a proper schedule. So trying to be more organized. We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah. Well, it's just been really nice to sit here and just wax lyrical about it. Really fantastic. Yeah.
It's good, and also we remained mainly on subject, which doesn't always happen because it's so easy to so easy to go off on tangents. Because as soon as you mentioned another show that someone's been on, like it could have been Neighbours, but if you'd have said yes, Chrissy was in Howard's Way, we could have gone off on a Howard's Way tangent, and it's easily done. So unfortunately, we didn't because she probably was never in it. So I'm going to point that out to Darcy next time.
Your friend is wrong. I've got to say,
I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy for him to be wrong, so I can point out to him that he's wrong.
Yeah. You get some of those Aussie actors that. I mean, I could be really geeky here, Greg, and tell you, like, for example, Erica Davidson. I don't know if you remember do you remember the plot line with the women in the factory when they went to work and the shoe factory where Kay White, and when Doreen got sexually, kind of molested by that guy.
Yeah.
Well, the factory owner, Andrew Reynolds, the one that has the fling with Erica, he was an English actor. And I was watching because I know I am a big Doctor Who fan, and they put up loads of old episodes on iPlayer. I was watching the first William Hartnell, The Daleks, and who should crop up in that but Andrew Reynolds as a Thal, like on the planet Skaro, the same actor.
I wouldn't have recognised him from that, but I've definitely seen him in stuff because if he's just one of those like jobbing character actors, he was probably in the Sweeney and everything, and later on the Bill and stuff like that. He probably showed up in 10 things that I've seen.
Yeah,
and it's quite good. But I never find it less odd every time it happens. It's like that Neighbours thing they did for the Prisoner anniversary. We had
I
Margot
saw that.
and Judy and everything.
But they had different names, didn't they?
Yeah, it was so odd. It was such an odd thing to happen in a different show. Yeah. And when again, it was Daz, and I showed it to him, and he went, "This wasn't really on Neighbours, though, was it?" And I went, "Yeah, it was. It's actually a proper scene from Neighbours that just has all these people from Prisoner
tongue in
it."
cheek.
Yeah, and there's loads of puns about Prisoner and stuff like that.
You used to give me roses.
Yeah, if you're unaware of Prisoner Cell Block H and watching Neighbours, that scene's completely baffling to you.
Yeah, a bit of an in-joke, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an in-joke that the people who are fans of the series they're watching may not be party to. It seems a bit unfair. But there you go. Right, now, 10 to 8, I haven't had my tea yet, so
No, nor
thank
me.
you. Thank you very much for
Really good to meet you.
But the roses here are prisoners when morning comes around. He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then.